I'm Dr. Ayo. Welcome to Black Love Partners. Tonight, I want to talk about relationships as usual. And a question I would like to pose is, should Black women accept advice from Black men? And if so, at what stage of a relationship would it be appropriate or inappropriate? So when we're thinking about relationships, of course, there are different stages from the time we start dating someone to the point of marriage. So, at what point, if any, should Black women accept any kind of advice from a Black man? So, if you're dating someone and that Black man makes some recommendations, if you're only dating, should you entertain those suggestions? Or does it depend on what it's about? If he suggests to wear your hair differently, or to dress differently, or to perhaps do something differently in your lifestyle, would that even be appropriate? And my rule of thumb, I will share as we look at the stages, because there's the dating stage when you're getting to know each other. You're getting to know this man, he's getting to know you. And perhaps as we start off a relationship, advice may not be well received. But what if you're engaged or just a long-term serious relationship? Is that the time when a woman should receive and perhaps even utilize advice given by that Black man? Once again, does it depend on what the particular advice might be? And is there a difference if this is now someone to whom you're married? If you're married to a man and he makes recommendations, should you consider them, or should you simply say, let me do me and you do you? Well, let me go back and suggest that anytime you get advice, the first rule of thumb has to be, ask yourself whether or not this advice would make you a better person. If it would, in fact, make you a better person, then you have to ask yourself, is that your goal? To be a better person? Or do you simply say, no one should tell me what to do or what not to do, and I don't want any advice from anyone? Well, of course, there are people who feel very rigid about getting advice, that only certain people can give them advice, an attorney, or maybe sometimes a judge. But many times we don't want our partners giving us advice. And of course, that goes both ways. There are many males who wouldn't want advice from their females. And in fact, there may be some patterns of males not accepting female advice. But once again, when we look at relationships, we have to really look at them as balanced units. What's good for one should be good for the other. We have to learn to accept good advice. And of course, we need to learn to reject bad advice. We may have some examples in our popular culture with certain very visible entertainers who may have received bad advice from someone they cared about, and indirectly or directly ended up making bad choices. So one of the things I always encourage people to do as a psychologist is, good advice can come from anyone, just as bad advice can come from anyone. It's not necessarily something that you can say across the board that if it's coming from a man, don't take it. If it's coming from a female, don't take the advice. Instead, we need to stop and ask, are we working towards being a better us, a better me? And if so, if someone is giving you good advice, should it be appreciated, accepted, and utilized? Well, I say, always take good advice. It makes you a better person. I'm Dr. Ayo, and this is Black Love Partners. Check us out on YouTube, and please like us. That's the thumbs up. And also share it with others. Spread the word. We care. Also, remember to make comments. If you don't like what I'm saying, let me know. If you do like what I'm saying, let me know that as well. Check us out also on Twitter, and you can check us out on Instagram. I'm Dr. Ayo, and this is Black Love Partners.